Most people think high blood pressure comes with obvious signs: headaches, dizziness, feeling unwell. So if you feel fine, you assume everything is fine. But here's the part that changes everything. High blood pressure often gives no warning at all, especially after 60. You can feel completely normal, go about your day, spend time with family, sleep peacefully at night, and at the same time, your body may be under silent strain. Now, this is where things become important, because what most people rely on to understand their blood pressure is incomplete. Let's talk about how blood pressure is usually measured. You go to a doctor, you sit down, a cuff goes on your arm. 30 seconds later, you get a number. And that number becomes your reference point, your treatment, your understanding of your health. But here's something to think about. There are 86,400 seconds in a day, and your blood pressure is measured for about 30 of them. That's less than 1/10 of 1% of your day. Now imagine trying to understand your entire health from that single snapshot, especially when most of your time you are not in that chair. You are living your life. And most importantly, you are sleeping. Now, this is where things become very interesting, because during sleep, your body is supposed to follow a natural pattern. Your blood pressure should drop, not slightly, but noticeably, about 10 to 20% every single night. This is not optional. It's part of how your body repairs itself. Your heart rests, your blood vessels recover, your system resets. But here's what changes after 60. Your body doesn't always follow that pattern anymore. Your blood vessels become less flexible, your internal signals become less consistent, and that nighttime drop may become smaller or disappear completely. Now imagine this. You go to sleep thinking everything is fine. But instead of your pressure going down, it stays elevated or even increases, and you have no idea. You wake up tired, maybe a little foggy, and you think, I just didn't sleep well. But the real reason may be something completely different. Now, let me give you a simple example. Someone comes in for a routine check. Their blood pressure looks perfect, normal, nothing concerning. They go home, they sleep, and during the night, their pressure rises significantly, without any symptoms, without any warning, without anything that would make them think something is wrong. And this happens not once, but repeatedly, night after night. Now here's what matters. When this pattern continues, your body begins to experience silent strain. Your blood vessels, your kidneys, your eyes, all affected, slowly, gradually, without clear signals. And this is why many people are surprised when something serious happens, because from their perspective, everything felt normal. There's actually a term for this. People whose blood pressure does not drop at night. They are called non-dippers. And here's what's important. This is not rare. It's common, especially after 60. More than half of adults fall into this category. More than half. And most of them don't know it, because standard measurements don't show it. Now there's another pattern, even more concerning, when blood pressure rises at night instead of dropping. And again, no symptoms, no warning, just a pattern happening quietly in the background. So now the question becomes, why does this happen? And more importantly, what can influence it? There are several factors, and some of them may already be part of your daily routine without you realizing it. Let's start with something that surprises most people. Evening habits. What you consume later in the day can influence what happens during the night. Now think about something simple. Herbal tea. It feels calming, natural, something people trust, but certain ingredients may have unexpected effects, especially at night. Now think about alcohol. A small amount may feel relaxing. It may even help you fall asleep faster. But what happens later is different. Several hours into sleep, your body responds, your system becomes more active, and your pressure can rise right in the middle of the night without you knowing. Now here's something else. Interactions. Certain foods can influence how medications behave, not always in obvious ways, but enough to affect how your body responds. And at night, when no one is monitoring, that matters. Now let's shift to something practical, because understanding is only useful if you can act on it. How do you actually see what's happening during the night? There is a way, a simple test, that measures your blood pressure over 24 hours, while you live normally, while you sleep. And this gives a complete picture. Not just a snapshot, but a full pattern. There are also simple ways to understand how your body is responding over time. Signals, markers, that show early changes before anything becomes obvious. And this is where awareness makes a difference. Now let's talk about something many people overlook. Timing. Not just what you take, but when you take it. Because your body follows a rhythm, and supporting that rhythm matters. Now here's the key idea. You don't need to make extreme changes. You need to understand patterns and make small adjustments consistently. Now imagine this. You become aware of what's happening at night. You adjust your habits slightly. You ask the right questions. And over time, your system begins to respond differently. Now let's bring everything together, because this is the most important part. Your body does not send loud warnings for everything. Some things happen quietly, gradually, and that's why awareness matters. So what can you do? Start simple. Pay attention to your evening habits. Be aware of timing. Ask questions at your next appointment, because those small steps can lead to better understanding. Now take a moment. Think about your routine. What happens in the evening? What patterns repeat every day? Because those patterns shape what happens at night. And what happens at night matters more than most people realize. Now here's the final idea. You don't need to feel something for it to matter, and you don't need dramatic signs to take action. Sometimes the most important changes start quietly with awareness. Take care of your body, because it works for you every moment, even when you're not aware of it, especially at night.